Born on 11 December 1936, Haji Samsuri bin Ahmad was the fourth child of 7 children. His father, Mr. Ahmad, worked at the Singapore Botanic Gardens. While Haji Samsuri was still in primary school, in primary 7 at the time, his father passed away. He was given an ultimatum to either take over his dad's job or move out of the house they lived in at the Botanic Gardens.
Mula-mula saya kerja kebun dekat ini bandstand. Sebagian tanam hibiscus, Rosa chinensis, hibiscus saja. Itu gardener saya. Itu post saya, labourers. Itu jam gaji saya cuma RM4 lebih satu bulan, satu hari. Habis itu terus saya pergi herbarium. Mula library, dah library habis 4 tahun terus pergi herbarium. Itulah jawatan saya jam plant collector. Jadi sebulan gaji itu saya boleh tahanlah dalam 1,400 itu. Tahun post Januari 1968. Itu saya post plant collector. Itu gaji saya besarlah tu.
Well, plant collectors was the post that was created in the Botanic Gardens Singapore during the colonial times, because during that period the British was coming into Southeast Asia, so Malay archipelago was the place for the spices and all the other tropical economic plants. Most of the plant collectors back then were Malays, and they loved the adventure of going into the forest and be one with nature. So basically these people would have known some common information about plants that is usually used by the ancestors, or things that were brought in from traders that they had used for their daily use or medicine or food. They were very in tune with the plants. It's almost as if they see the plant and it's like talking to them. That's what they say. It's like when I see the plant, they are talking to me, and I can tell you what family it belongs to, up to the species level, some of them.
Macam pokok raya, pokok ni berakawali, ya. Itu nama ni orang putih sentimen ni Tenospora crispa. Family dia ni Minuspermaceae. Common name itu berakawali. Itu untuk orang kena malaria kan, habis kena kencing manis, darah tinggi semua ya. Itu bagus tu. Tu makan tu bagus sebab itu. Kalau orang kena kat malaria kan itu, kalau masuk hutan ya, bengkak, dia jenis macam sirih, tapi batang menggerutu.
The knowledge that they had was like handed over from their ancestors, and also through interaction with the locals around the region. They will be the one fronting the botanists to talk to the local villagers and gain their trust. By talking to the locals, they can get information. Okay, this flower is about 10 centimeter large, fragrant, cream colored, or the fruit is edible, it's got red areoles. So besides name, they also know about, plant growing by the riverine areas, or on clay soil, or on high mountain limestone.
Haji Samsuri's mentor was the late Professor Edward Conner, a man who had great passion for tropical botany. Haji Samsuri, who was then only 16, had a lot to learn from Professor Conner, who had been appointed as Assistant Director at the Singapore Botanic Gardens from 1929 to 1946.
Saya campur ni orang putih ni lah sebelah corner. Saya ikut dia pergi Sabah daripada 1 Januari 64 sampai Jun 64, 6 bulan saya kat hutan. Tapi dalam hutan tu, pokok tu, saya keringkan. Dia bilang how to dry, dia tanya saya, sekarang benda ni kering, kalau kau pergi Singapore mesti busuk, damage. Oh, no problem sir. Okay, tell me, apa kau punya jalan? Saya bilang, cako sir, arang. Saya bilang, habis kau bikin rack. Tu kan rack. Habis rack tu specimen dah press tu kan ya, saya taruh atas. Step by step, satu, step. Habis tu cako arang kan dia panas ya. Itulah. Tapi nak kanan kiri nak tutup untuk usah kalau air. Kalau air keluar dia tak panas. Itu saya jaga. 10,000 lebih yang itu saya jaga, teruk saya jaga. Tuan Conner tanya sana, what is the name of plant? Sam, you must answer. You don't know, you try your best. as soon as possible. Sir, okay sir. Habis dia kasi saya dapat pokok apa ni, tinggi lah. Nama dia Podocarpus polystachys. Tingginya dekat 1000 lebih lah. Dia naik. Saya bukan orang pandai, saya sekolah Melayu. Tapi saya bukan English. They don't care about this, but you must learn very hard katanya. Dia test saya, pergi hutan dia test saya. Corner. Orang yang bengis. Tapi itulah, saya takutlah dia, tapi saya beranilah jalan.
So they took initiative, even though they were not trained, well educated, some of them, but some were up to secondary school maybe. So they took the initiative because of interest and because they wanted to help their bosses and to further the knowledge of the plants in the region. So they took efforts to remember the Latin names, which is very difficult even for educated people. Also to rattle off those Latin names it's a chore. It's like, but they made an effort and they even learned the root words of like Latin words from their botanists, bosses, the directors of the gardens. Yes, they have inspired me because it's like, it makes me say, if you can do it, I can do it. So with their help, we were able to say, okay, this was what was growing in this region. And now, because of modern time and a lot of habitat loss, we can also say, okay, these are what have been lost in our region. So in a way, it's their knowledge and their skills have contributed to current understanding of plants and flora of our region, and also help to further conservation efforts on plants here.
Even upon reaching his prime, his passion for plants never falters. He hopes to inspire others to share the same passion for plants, and he welcomes anyone who wishes to learn from him.
Tapi saya kasih tahu macam cucu saya semua dia sekolah, dia bilang very keeper tu ni, susah lah tu ni saintis. Orang yang bekerja tempat saya, yang mesti ada, saya harap boleh take over saya lah. Ambil tempat saya lah. Sekarang saya dah tak ada kerja tu. Tapi kalau tak tahu apa nama pokoknya, boleh jumpa saya, datang rumah. InsyaAllah buku ada. Buku dah tunggu, orang dah tunggu orang, buku tunggu orang.
Haji Samsuri's dedication and resilience in the pursuit of knowledge will inspire and motivate current and future generations to learn from his wealth of experience.